On the 1st of February 2016, Zuniga Robles got into an argument with his brother Sergio Robles in the city of Leesburg in Northern Virginia. Sergio was taken to hospital where he died due to his injuries. Later, the police brought in Zuniga for questioning. Keep in mind, this interrogation was heavily redacted, so I have removed all the muted parts of the video. Secondly, the audio of the suspect isn't the best, so for you I added subtitles to help. Forgive me if they are not the most accurate.
Okay. Well, I'd like to talk with you a little bit about what happened tonight with your brother and why you're here. And maybe you can shed some light on what's going on. And maybe we can answer some questions for you. Okay?
Sure.
Can you tell me what happened tonight?
The same with you. That's why I'm trying to find out what happened to my brother. When my
Okay.
brother was taken, because I was at work all day.
Okay.
Went to work at 9 a.m. in the morning. Didn't get off until 10:30. My girlfriend picked me up. We decided to go to coaches because tomorrow we're supposed to go to court, get a license so we could get married.
Okay.
And I met today, Monday. And we got home. My brother wasn't home. The dog wasn't home. 5 minutes later, my brother opened the door. He just said, "Brother, I got fucked up." And I was like, what do you mean? And he collapsed.
He wasn't able to tell you how it happened?
No.
Okay. Which door did he come in?
Front door.
Front door?
We don't really use the front door. Especially with all the snow right now.
Mm-hmm. Were you able to tell immediately what happened to him? That he had been injured?
Right away, no.
No.
After he fell and then I tried to grab him, then tried to pick him up.
So you didn't realize he was bleeding until after you tried to pick him up?
No, until he almost fell.
Mm-hmm. And what happened after that?
We just called 911.
Okay. Who called 911?
I told my girlfriend Nora to call his girlfriend. She's a nurse.
You told Nora to call.
His girlfriend, she was in the basement. I was trying to figure out if she was in the basement. Like I said,
Okay.
we just got home. I said, can you find out where Romy is?
Uh-huh.
I wondered if she was inside the house, if she was outside the parking lot on the street too.
So you told Nora to call Romy.
I said, can you find out if Romy is in the basement?
Okay. Did she do that?
Yeah.
And was Romy down there?
Romy came up, yeah. Romy came up, Romy, and then I said, just call 911.
Okay. So Romy called 911? Or Nora
I'm not
called?
sure if it was Nora or
Okay, so somebody called
I
them.
know them too.
Okay. And then what happened?
Then all paramedics, police arrived.
What happened after that?
That was it. Then I just saw the paramedics told my brother. I was trying to get to my brother and they won't let me. All the officers just pushed me down to a chair and sit down.
Just to clarify so far, he claims he came home, he saw his brother was in some kind of distress, he's bleeding, he fell to the floor, and then they called 911. He's claiming he doesn't know what happened, he had nothing to do with it. The police are now going to question him about the cuts on his hands.
I understand you got a cut on your hand, is that correct? Okay. Do you know how that happened?
To be honest with you, no.
Okay.
And I'm nailed down. Broken. So the dog tried, like I said, tried to go out to I can't remember if it's a paramedic or a policeman. I'm pretty sure it's a police officer.
Okay. Do you think you lost your nail
I didn't lose it.
or cut it with?
Has a piece of it, and
Okay.
it's still there. It's just
Okay.
broken now.
Are you able, do you have any idea who would do this to your brother? Can you give me any guesses?
I know I have a lot of people that don't like me because of Bunker,
Okay.
but
Is there any way they could mistake you for him?
No, we don't look alike.
Mm-hmm.
No.
He looks Middle Eastern. lighter skin.
Mhm.
He were taller than me. Lots of facial hair. I always shave my head. He doesn't.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what I'd like to do is get exactly what happened with you and why, because I don't think, because I think you talk about your brother and how you care about your brother. I don't think what happened was necessarily what anybody intended to happen. But if
Nothing happened. It wasn't. Nothing happened between my brother and I.
something happened between your brother and you,
Not tonight. Well, not last night.
then how did this happen?
I can tell you that he didn't stumble in the house with those injuries.
Yes, it did.
I can tell you definitively.
You can
I
call-
know for a fact he did not stumble in the house with those injuries.
If you call coaches, you'll find out that I wasn't coaches. I
I
wasn't
believe you
coaches
were at
there.
coaches.
Yeah, I mean, and you know that we're gonna check into that kind of silly stuff, and we believe that you were there, but what we're saying is the timeline that is ever so quick. In your words, like you walk in the house, shirt comes off, red shirt comes on, dog
I
and brother.
I put this when I was told that I needed to go to to get into the ambulance.
Mhm.
I was just wearing this in the house.
Okay, so but that's what I mean. You took the other shirt off, and then
Yeah.
seconds
My vest,
later,
that and my vest.
yeah, seconds later, he comes in with the dog.
Minutes later.
Minutes later,
Yeah.
and then immediately collapses.
Yes.
After he said one line to you, I got fucked up.
Yeah.
Brother, I got fucked up. And then he
didn't even pass the TV.
Right.
He didn't even pass the TV.
Right. So the issue though is with what happened to him, right? With the blood. I mean, you saw the blood. You were there, right? He didn't stumble into the house bleeding like that, or there would be.
I don't know. I didn't see him walk into the house. Like
Where
I said,
were you
I
at
walked
when he?
in the kitchen? I opened the refrigerator, turned to see because I was supposed to have
Okay.
double coated pounder in there.
Okay.
So I opened the refrigerator.
So you're in
And I
the
was
kitchen when
calling
he
him.
comes home.
Mhm.
You just hear him come home?
Mhm.
Okay. And then you just walk out. That's when he says to you, brother, I got fucked up.
He said, "Brother, I got fucked up," and I walked from the refrigerator. If you walk into my house, it's a living room,
Uh-huh.
little dining room,
Uh-huh.
and to the left is kitchen.
He walks back
Very
there.
small. No.
You were back there.
I was back here. He opened the door. He says, "Brother, I got fucked up." He knew I was home because of the car.
Right.
He knows
Okay.
when I'm home because the car is there.
Uh-huh.
I walked out and I said, "What the fuck?" And boom.
He falls down.
Tried to pick him up. I was like, "Come on, what's going on? What's going on?" He looked at me and they just started shaking. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck happened? Who the fuck did this to you? That's what I started saying.
Okay. And so while you were saying that, that's when Rami comes up?
No, Nora came down.
Nora.
Nora came down. Nora went upstairs.
So you're telling me there's no way?
There's no way in hell I will grab a knife or whatever to try to hurt my brother.
No.
That's what you were telling me.
Hold on. I'm asking you right now that there's no way we're going to go to your house as they're doing that and they're not going to find a knife there that stabbed your brother inside the house. You sure? 100% sure.
Unless he had it on him, unless he had it in his body.
No. He didn't have it in his body.
Okay, then no. If you're gonna ask me if we're gonna find a knife, yes.
Sure, no, there's knives in the house.
Yes.
Everybody has knives.
Sure.
My concern is, am I going to find a knife with your brother's blood on it? Or a knife with
I
your
can't.
blood on it that has from a cut on your hand?
No.
No?
So, 10 minutes in, the police question his story a bit more, but he still denies any wrongdoing. However, the suspect is unaware that his brother actually died from his injuries and is about to find out now.
It happened in the house, and
Have you talked to Mario? Maybe he can tell you who did it.
we've talked to a lot of people.
Have you talked to Mario?
We can't.
Why can't you talk to Mario?
ultimately Mario's wounds were so significant that
Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me that Mario's dead.
he passed away.
Yeah, about my brother being dead, though.
Never cared about something like
Sergio,
that.
we would not.
Then can you guys please go outside, go out and try to find out who did
We're
this?
finding out everything, okay? We're gonna work on everything. This isn't gonna be something where we're focused on one thing. We're working on everything, okay? We can only work towards what the evidence tells us, okay?
This is not our first rodeo. I mean, this is what we do.
Yes, and you need to find who did it because it wasn't me, sir.
Okay. If it wasn't you, all right, and I want to believe that with every ounce of my soul, I do. If it wasn't you, then who was in the house that stabbed your brother?
It was just Romy in the basement and Nora had gone to our room. That was it.
It can't be.
I don't believe you though, Sergio, because I know it didn't happen like that. I know he wasn't stabbed outside. I know that, okay?
I tell you what happened.
No, I know that didn't happen. And I want to believe that you wouldn't do this to your brother, and I do believe you didn't mean to do this to your brother.
I didn't do this to my brother, sir.
Then I'm waiting for another explanation.
I don't have another explanation. You
But
want me to
you
make
were
something
there.
up?
So, my question is, why were you holding two knives? You weren't. So they're making it up.
I wasn't holding any knives.
I believe them, all right? I'm going to tell you right now that I believe them, all right? And the reason I believe them is they were pretty descriptive about it, okay? And they were descriptive about having one big knife and one smaller knife, one in each hand, all right? And in your house right now, in the kitchen, in the sink, there's one big knife and one smaller knife, all right? And on these knives are blood. See that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you again to be honest with me about what's going on here. Okay? I know you had these knives. Okay?
I did.
You did.
I did.
So someone guessed right? They just guessed that there were two knives in there?
I didn't have any knives.
You did. Okay.
I think what may have mentally jarred him at this moment is knowing that Nora or Romy told the police he had the two knives. You're now going to notice the more and more they question him, he's starting to whisper, and in his mind, he's going to stay quiet, and he's probably playing a poker game. Do I tell? Do I not? Do I tell? Do I not?
It wasn't me who stabbed.
And who stabbed him?
It wasn't me who stabbed him, sir.
And who did? The person who stabbed your brother? Did they come in your house and leave the murder weapon inside, Sergio?
I've seen them a couple of times.
You've seen them a couple of times?
I've seen them a couple of times.
Who is it?
I don't know his name.
Okay. Where does he live?
I have no idea. I don't even know his name.
What's he look like?
Black. I know that's where my brother gets his drugs from. Or who he gets the drugs from.
It's a guy? How old is he?
I have no
Give me a guess. Is he 20? Is he
No.
40?
No, he looks older than me.
Older than you?
Yeah.
So maybe in his 40s? 50s?
What's that? Early 40s.
Is he a fat guy or a skinny guy?
He's big.
Is he tall?
Taller than me. He's taller than Mario too.
And what makes you think he did it?
He owes money to Mario.
Okay.
He owes money to Mario, or Mario owes him money?
No, he owes money to Mario. I told Mario to call the police on him because he owes him $400.
So you think this guy did it because he owes Mario money?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know if that's why he did it, or you don't know if he did it?
I was yelling at Mario because I was telling him, so you're out now right now. You gotta go to work tomorrow. You gotta do this. You just went to probation and you're doing this.
When were you yelling at him? Today?
Yes.
This evening? Okay. Like when you got home?
When I saw him walk, when he walked in the house with the dog.
You yelled at him, "Why are you out?" And then what happened?
That was it.
And he was stabbed?
I
Already?
went to the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know his name. He knows I fucking don't like the guy. He knows I don't like him.
So this guy was in your house?
We were together. Mario just walked into the house.
Okay.
I was in the house already when he walked in the house.
So Mario walked in.
Yeah, he was walking. I'm not lying. He was walking the dog that late.
No, I believe
He was
that.
stolen.
He was buying drugs, or...
I don't know where he was stolen.
So he walks in the house. Mario walks in alone or with this guy?
The guy was behind him.
And you went in the kitchen and came out, and Mario has a knife in his chest.
He was shaking.
And then what happened?
I got fucked up.
He said, "I got fucked up." And then what happened?
Said, shook him and I was like, "Come down, stop." Then no, I came down. And I said, "Can you find where Romy is?" So she's downstairs.
So how do these knives end up in the sink?
I put him there.
So you...
To be honest with you, I don't even remember if I was the one that put him there.
So you don't know if you put them there now?
I don't remember if I put him there. I'd be lying if I said yes, I remember putting him there, but I don't remember. Maybe I did.
So you pulled this knife out of him? Or this knife? Or both knives?
I don't think he had a knife on. I mean, I saw the knife, but I don't remember pulling it out of him.
But you definitely saw it in his chest. Was he standing or laying?
No, he was like this. So he had the dog touched to his arm, but the leash touched to his arm. It was like this. And he collapsed.
You know I'm going to ask. Why wouldn't you have told me this before? If this is true, why wouldn't you tell me this?
Because, like I said, I didn't know my brother actually, something happened to my brother that bad. I didn't know it was that bad. And I don't want him to go back to prison and do the 3 years that he's on probation for.
Sure, okay. Maybe I could even believe that for a minute, okay? Might be able to believe, hey, I didn't tell you the whole truth because I don't want my brother to go to jail. But I told you your brother passed away. And you still didn't tell me. You didn't go, Jesse?
To be honest with you, I still don't believe you.
Okay. I don't know how else to tell you. But this is not a joke, okay?
I'm
This
not
is not a
saying,
game.
believe me, I know it's not a joke. It's just, it's hard to believe.
A guy walk in behind Mario in your house,
Mhm.
and you didn't say anything to him. A guy that you don't like, that you know you don't want your brother
I
with.
mean, Mario pays rent. I mean, he's allowed to bring his friends on the house, so.
So this is a friend of his?
Like I say, I've seen him before with him.
Okay.
And I don't know where the guy lives. So Mario goes to DC, Maryland, Alexandria.
Sure.
You know, he's always moving.
Do you have knives like that in your kitchen?
But you went to the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Did the guy come in behind you?
The guy?
Mm-hmm. So how do your kitchen knives?
Are you sure that this is missing from the kitchen set though?
I don't think this guy's bringing in kitchen knives to your house.
I don't know what to answer to that, but I'm saying, yes, I have a set.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Sure, everybody
it's
does.
black.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can tell you.
So if that is the knife that's missing from the knife block, right? Is that where do you keep them in a knife block like that thing?
No,
Okay.
Sure.
But so let's say it's the knife from the set. How? Why?
I don't even remember if I was the one that put it there.
So you think he went past you? He stabs your brother in the doorway, walks further into the residence, basically shoulder to shoulder with you, goes to the kitchen sink and drops him off?
No, that did not happen.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
that did not happen. But I can't tell you if the guy was in the house before I got home. You know, I don't know if my brother went and met him somewhere and then took him to the house.
Okay.
I don't know if they had been in the house before. I mean, they had to be in order for my brother to get the dog out of the house, right?
So how is it that you see this guy walk in behind him, but you don't see him stab him?
So I turned around. I said, you know what, do whatever the fuck you want.
Were there any words? Did this guy say anything or your brother say anything?
The guy never talks to me. He knows I don't fucking like him.
So he just Wolverined 2 knives and then stuck them in your brother's chest and ran out.
I didn't see him do it. I'd
heard
be
something.
lying. I'd
You
be
haven't.
lying if I say, yes, I saw him do it. No, I'd be lying if I said that.
Right. So this brings us back to the close proximity conversation we had earlier. What I said, this room is really about the size of your living room. Bump it out that way a few feet. There's your dining room and kitchen. So you're standing about where the doorway is, yeah, and the stairwell to go upstairs. How can someone be right there?
I was by the refrigerator.
No, I mean you're standing about where your brother was at the front door. If we consider that the front door and the stairwell going up, and then I'm back here, somewhere between the living room, the dining room, and the kitchen, how am I only this far away and I don't hear that take place?
But I did.
You heard what?
But my brother said, brother, I got fucked up.
You didn't hear him get stabbed multiple times? I could hear his footstep over there. Okay? And
I mean, if you're trying to pay attention to that stuff, yeah, but like I said, I told him, what are you doing? Da, 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 da. And he says,
So you got stabbed, and this guy casually walked out the door, so much so as to not draw attention to anything, is what you're telling me. Right? Because you didn't hear him
I
leave.
didn't even see him leave. No,
Right.
I didn't even see him leave.
He's like a ninja. He got out of the house. I mean, you're laughing, Sergio. I don't think it's funny, okay?
But then don't say it like that. You're telling them my brother is dead, and now you're telling me, oh yeah, the guy is like a ninja.
What I'm saying is, what you're saying isn't true. It doesn't make sense, okay? We told you before what you were saying doesn't make sense, and it didn't because it didn't happen. Because now you're coming up with something new, all right?
I don't know what else to tell you. If I know his name, especially right now, if I know his name, yes, I will tell you his name.
But you told me before you would tell me everything to help me get the person
If
who
I
did
know
this to
his
your
name, I
brother.
will tell you his name.
Well, we
I
can do
don't-
a lot of cool things and we find people all the time. It's like our specialty. So we don't necessarily need his name, but I need more than this because right now you just identified a third of the population within, 20 square miles.
Like I said, I work a bunker. Especially when I say black guy, yes.
Where can I find him?
I have no idea. Like I said, my brother goes to Maryland, goes to DC, goes to Alexandria, goes to Sterling. He likes to go to places. He likes to go to clubs. I usually stay here in Lisbon because I don't drive. I can't say the guy did, but the guy was there. But it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Now this is where the interrogation ends. My guess would be is he probably asked for a lawyer soon after and the police could not question him further. To conclude on this story, during the trial it was revealed that Zuniga and Sergio got into an argument. Some said it was due to Sergio not taking the dog out. Others during the trial said that there was some bar tab that hadn't been paid and the two were fighting over it. So Sergio started swinging at Zuniga, so Zuniga retrieved 2 knives which were mentioned in the interrogation and he stabbed Sergio. The main witness in this case was Nora, the fiancée of Zuniga, who told the police that what she saw was Zuniga standing over Sergio with 2 knives. She also saw knives scattered around the apartment. This other friend that Zuniga mentioned was fake and all of that was untrue. Eventually, Zuniga was sentenced to 26 years in prison for second-degree murder.